just want to hear what you have to say, so we can meditate on.
Here we go again. Hey, church family, this is Pastor George. This is my fourth iteration of trying to make this happen, and Facebook has shut me down every single time. So I'm going the most basic route available, just me and my phone. So if you joined earlier and you're frustrated, I don't blame you. I'm frustrated too, but I think I'm supposed to do this. So I'm going to keep going. And if they shut me down again, then I'll start up again. Man, I hope your Sunday and your Monday is going awesome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Man, this past Sunday, we had another great Sunday. We're not in a series. We're more so I'm preaching off of the, hey Ruth, we're going off of the word for the year 2026, which is grow. And today is making me grow for sure. But I'm glad you're here with me today. As we start this week, I want to remind you of something simple but powerful. God never wastes obedience, not one prayer, not one tear, not one act of faith, not one seed sown in weakness. Scripture tells us in 1 Corinthians 15:58, therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Hey, Shanice, good to see you. There are moments when obedience feels quiet. There are times when you may go unnoticed or uncelebrated. Some instances of this that I can think of, being a parent, being a spouse. You get down the road a few years and man, it seems like everything that you do is kind of pouring into them. And you know, does it need to be celebrated? Maybe a little bit, maybe. But these are our responsibilities. My children, they didn't ask to be born. I brought them in this world by choice. And in that is inherent responsibility. And man, yeah, it can get tough and it can be quiet. It can be unnoticed and it can be uncelebrated. But let me encourage you, regardless of what you're facing today, heaven never overlooks faithfulness. Faithfulness is an attribute of our Heavenly Father, and we strive to be like Him. Jesus reminds us in Matthew 6:4 that our Father who sees in secret will reward us. Serving was never about visibility. It has always been about obedience. Serving was never about visibility. It's always been about obedience. Jesus himself said in Mark 10:45 that he did not come to be served, but to serve. And the same thing is true with giving. Giving is easy when it's convenient. Well, let's back up on that. Giving is easier, I think, when it's convenient. Because I think there's a point in our spiritual formation where giving isn't really something that we consider. And then when we do consider it, some of those roadblocks, That's interesting. All right, let me come back to that. Serving was never about visibility. It has always been about obedience. Jesus said himself in Mark 10:45 that he did not come to be served, but to serve. And the same is true with giving. Giving is easier when it's convenient, for sure. Once we get past that kind of self-centeredness that the world brings to us, giving becomes faith when it's costly. 2 Corinthians 9:6 tells us that whoever sows generously will reap generously. what you give may leave your hand, but it never leaves God's memory. It never leaves God's memory. As we begin this week, let's ask ourselves, where is God inviting me to serve again? Where is God inviting me to serve again? Where is he asking me to trust him with generosity? Now, you may be wondering also, because if you attended church yesterday, you may have also attended Financial Peace University. So here we have an intersection of teaching and theology, and they are not contrary. They are not contrary. What we're teaching in FPU organizes our finances so that we can truly be generous. Now, let's say you attended church yesterday and we heard this message yesterday from Pastor Josh, and then you went to Financial Peace University. You heard in the beginning of the day that giving and where he is asking me to trust him with generosity. But then we went to FPU and we told you some things about week 1 and baby step 1 about saving $1,000. So what does that look like? What does it look like to give but still be in the process of Financial Peace University? Well, if you were at Financial Peace University, they laid out giving as part of the Every Dollar app. Okay? That's actually the first line item. Okay? So we give. We're giving even if we're in Financial Peace University. Even if we're in a position where we're reorganizing our finances so that we can get better understanding of how they work and how they work in my life and my family's life, but giving is still a part of that. Now, will you be able to be as generous as your heart desires? Not in this moment. And whether you're taking FPU or not, you may not be in a financial position where you can responsibly give. Now, I've seen where people's heart to give is so strong that they give and they give and they give, and then they can't make rent or they can't buy groceries. So financial responsibility, yes. Giving, yes. I think what brings those together in that intersection is biblical and financial knowledge, biblical and financial understanding. So 10%, right, goes to the house. That's the tithe. That's the first fruits as well. It's the first thing that we budget for. And then we work downward from there, from the criticalities of life to the unnecessaries of life. And then as we worked through yesterday, we worked together to build a budget. But is giving part of that? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, tithes versus offerings. Let's talk about that, especially if you're going through Financial Peace University. Tithe is 10%. Tithe is 10% of what we bring in. Offering is anything that we give on top of that. Now, does that go to the church? Not necessarily. Sometimes. And it can, if you feel led. But we've already discussed the tithe. The tithe, 10% goes to the church. Offering is in addition to that. Now, in the vein of Sunday's message of generosity, in light of Financial Peace University, what does that look like? Really, what we can give is we can give of our time, and then we can take that time and incorporate some minor finances, and we can bless people. Well, what does that look like? Let's say at your job, you have a coworker, an appropriate coworker, perhaps maybe even the same gender as you, or what I'm saying is I don't want this to lead into something inappropriate. If you're married, please don't take this and buy the cute guy at work a cup of coffee. Okay, we're still keeping the biblical boundaries. So how do we incorporate our time and our treasure to bless other people? So if we don't have a lot of funding in the moment, if we're struggling to make rent, or perhaps we're in Financial Peace University and working towards getting into a better financial position. So what happens? How can we be generous in given those circumstances? So perhaps you have a coworker or a friend who is having a rough day. Number one, you've invested enough time into that person to know that they're having a rough day. Or maybe something happened, maybe they're not having a rough day. Maybe you just feel led to bless them in some way. So the knowledge of the individual is time invested. Okay? Right? All right. Now, let's say that person really loves, let's say, Diet Dr. Pepper, because I love Diet Dr. Pepper. Can I tell you, there have been times when my children or a friend have just randomly walked up to me and handed me a Diet Dr. Pepper. That blows my mind. It does. It does. That type of generosity blows my mind. When somebody thinks about you, and man, there's nothing reciprocal about it. Man, I was just thinking about you. I know you like Diet Dr. Pepper. It's been a long day. You could probably use the burst of caffeine. Here you go. Man, that can change somebody's trajectory throughout the day. So it doesn't have to be lavish. It doesn't have to be lavish. What's more important, I think, in my opinion, what's more important than a lavish gift that you bestow on somebody you barely know? What's better than that is getting to know that person and finding what they prefer, what they like, and just blessing them with a $1.50 soda or a card, a handwritten card. Man, that takes time, talent, treasure. So we can be generous and we can show love, and we don't necessarily have to utilize a lot of money. I just wanted to clarify that point, because we have a lot of people showing up to church on Sunday, and that's fantastic. We have a lot of people joining FPU, and I never want you to think that there's an inconsistency between the theologies within our church. Generosity in spirit, generosity of heart, kindness, love. Man, you can incorporate all those things with $1.50 and make someone's day. So, do me a favor, make someone's day today. All right? Don't be a stumbling block. Please somebody, be a force multiplier in their lives, because life is hard enough. Man, we love you guys. I think we made it all the way through the live stream this time. That's pretty fantastic. So we love you guys. I'm sure I will see you sometime tomorrow, where we will be going over the third point. Today we combined points 1 and 2 because there's 6 points, and I want to knock this out by Friday. So we love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Go and bless somebody in any way that you can, and know that it does not go unnoticed in heaven. Love you guys. Bye.